In this lecture, we're going to be doing a still life drawing of a city street. Now, I really highly recommend that when you do your still lifes of landscapes and cityscapes that you actually go to location. It's actually pretty fun and exciting to sit down on a bench and sketch whatever it is you see in front of yourself. You'll actually probably get a lot of people sitting down and talking to you and asking to see your artwork. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing I like to do when I'm drawing my cityscapes is I like to break down my image into sections, into fourths, thirds, and tenths. So let me show you what I mean. So first, we're going to break this down into thirds. So this large building right here that takes up the bulk of my image takes up about 2/3 of my image. So I can go ahead and add that in to my drawing. So I'm starting just by lightly sketching it in, and I'm just doing a large block. So I'm not adding any detail, I'm not adding any perspective yet. I just want to do something very simple. Next, I'm going to go ahead and add in this building next to it, and if we have a look at our reference, you'll see I can break this down, and it's about 1/10 of the way, or maybe 1/6 of the way into our image. So let's go ahead and draw that in. And just copying the lines and the perspective that I see my image, and I'm keeping this very rough and very light because I can always come back and change it. I just really want to start putting marks down because otherwise you're going to be too afraid to do anything. So you need to just start putting marks down as quickly as possible and don't worry about it too much. Then I'm going to go ahead and add this building in. And then I'm making sure that the sidewalk on the other side of the street is following that same perspective. And the further down the street we get, it starts to curve around. Then I'm going to start blocking in this building right here, and I'll add a little bit more detail with more perspective, and I'll add that perspective right there also, and that side of the building too. And I can't stress enough how important it is to make sure that you keep everything very light in this first phase, because it's very hard to just go straight into drawing a perfect drawing of architecture. And so by drawing it in very lightly, you're going to be able to go in there and keep reworking it, erasing areas, and just making sure that it all looks correct. Now I'm going to go ahead and start adding in more detail. So I'm going to start by adding this doorway and then this window, and you'll see I keep coming back to that point over there towards the right side of my image, and that's my vanishing point. So this is a 1-point perspective drawing, and I don't have an exact vanishing point, but I'm just eyeballing it so that everything is leading to the same vanishing point or the same area at least. Then I'm blocking in sort of a truck back there and the lines for my windows. And again, it's not even close to perfect. I'm just blocking it in at this point. I can go in and add detail and make it look more realistic later. This is all about quickly getting those shapes in there, and all you really want is you just want your viewer to be able to understand what they're looking at this point. So just minimal detail is all you need. Then I'm going to start blocking in this doorway. Then I'll block in the window above it, and I'm noticing